Hello and welcome to Friday's Masterclass edition of Cracking the Cryptic. This is the episode each week where we do what we originally set up the channel to do, which is to try and help with people's cryptic crossword solving by attempting the Times crossword, which today is by my old friend John Guiver, who is a clue writing genius. I do not say that lightly. He is. He is absolutely extraordinary, and very kindly, the snitch rating today is not quite as brutal. Oh, goodness me. John McCabe's done this puzzle in 4 minutes, which is lunacy. Lunacy incarnate. In fact, I think many of the typists are actually slower than John. Typists are people who solve it on paper or get the answer off the internet and then type it in. But Jason James is real, 7 minutes. Matthew Marcus Verlaine is there, 8 minutes. Matthew won the Times Crossword Championship a couple of years ago. So, I mean, that's obviously going to be a very good time from a very good solver on this puzzle. But at least it's not sort of 15 minutes, which sometimes, if John ramps up the difficulty, he can certainly push everybody to struggle. Oh, is that right? Oh no, hang on. It was loading. Sorry. One error. Yeah, you can get into the top 100 with one error at the moment. I do hope we won't have an error, but you never know. So we'll have a go at this in a moment or two's time. Now, what can I tell you about before we kick off today? There are a couple of things I wanted to mention. Some of you may know this already, but we are doing a daily minute cryptic video, which I've actually been enjoying. The clues. Sorry, I'm going to start laughing. The clues in the minute cryptic canon are different to the quality of clues that we'd get in the Times. They're a bit looser, and that does not actually make them easier at all. But if you want to follow my adventures in Minute Cryptic, then make sure you're subscribed to the channel. They normally come out at 2 o'clock on the channel each day, but they're also available on Instagram and on TikTok, if that is your preferred way to consume shorter videos. What else can I tell you about? Over on Patreon, we've got Mark's Solve of the Times Club Monthly Special. That's definitely worth watching. It's a video I look forward to every month. And, oh yes, I missed this last week. Last week it was Friday the 13th, which of course was probably not a propitious day to do any sort of video recording. But it was World Radio Day. And I didn't realise that one of my very favourite poets, Brian Bilston, had written a poem especially for World Radio Day. Now, I should be able to show you this if I click this, tuning the dial. I thought I might just read it to you. It's quite amusing. I won't be able to do it justice with the musical bits of it, but Tuning the Dial by Brian Bilston. We're lost in music caught at second slip low down by the outstretched hand of the US Vice President J.D. Vance, who was spotted working as a waitress in a cocktail bar when Shostakovich's Symphony No. 7 was premiered in the 40s. South or southwest, 5 to 7, occasionally gale. From Croydon is on the line, who wants to talk to us about why Aviva life insurance is right for you and offers me protection, a lot of love and affection, whether I'm right or left wing. But there's nobody in the centre, and the ball gets cleared to Oscar Wilde, who famously announced, "I have nothing to declare except I can boogie woogie all night long." Brian is just so clever. I really, really love his poetry. If you're not aware of the name Brian Bilston, seek out his poems. Perhaps start with the one called Refugees, which is the one that made him famous. And that's a poem where, if you read it forwards, it apparently has one meaning. And literally, if you then read it backwards, so you start with the final line and read it upwards, if you like, the meaning is completely the opposite. That I really hope some of you have never heard of the poem Refugees, and you go and experience that for the first time, because I can tell you that when Mark and I first read that poem, we couldn't believe it was possible to do it. But it is pretty staggering. Anyway, I've digressed too long. I don't have any birthdays to do in the crossword video today. I've got lots of birthdays to do in the Sudoku video later. But let me just check that I think the recording looks like it's working and the dictionary is visible. I've made the dictionary slightly larger, so I've removed the header from the dictionary. But I think we're ready to go. So with that said and done, let's get cracking. And pregnant pause, hope the internet is working. Oh, it's not working very well, is it? Okay, here we go. Let's see what John Guiver has in store. 1 across, 9 letters. Passage in chorale. It motivates recurring theme. Okay, I've actually got this. That's amazing. That's amazing. This is such a crossword word. Okay, so I sometimes get to say this every week. There's normally one of this sort of clue in every Times crossword. And when you first start solving crossword clues, these are the ones you'll probably look out for, because it's actually a clue where the answer that we're going to enter is spelt out in the clue. So remember, first things first, every one of these clues will have a definition of the answer to be entered. The skill is working out how to read the clue so that you can work out which bit of the clue is that straightforward definition. And you might say, okay, well, say I could do that. What is the rest of the clue then? The rest of the clue is a recipe that tells you how to build that answer. It might say anagram something, or reverse something, or put a word into another word. But that recipe, part of the skill of solving these is to be able to read the recipe. So here, what we're looking for is a word, 9-letter word, that is a recurring theme. So might you be thinking of words like catchphrase or motif was the word immediately that cropped up in my mind. But if that's right, and we are looking for a 9-letter word that means recurring theme, let's read the rest of the clue as a recipe. Passage in chorale, or choral. I think I would say that, chorale. It motivates. And what that is saying is if we take a passage, i.e. an excerpt, in the string of letters, chorale, it motivates. Now, it's over 2 lines, so it's perhaps a little bit harder to see. But if you look in there, you'll see spelt out this word, L-E-I-T. It's only a word I know from crosswords. Leitmotif. Now, that is a recurring theme. I thought it could have an F on the end as well, but that might be wrong. But this is what I'd enter, because that is the string of letters inside chorale, it motivates. And if we go to the dictionary now, we can check, because I'm not changing this, leitmotif. Oh, so I was right. Look, it can have an F at the end. But in opera, a musical theme associated with a person or a thought, recurring when the person appears on the stage, or the thought becomes prominent in the action. A recurring theme in literature, any recurring theme. So, now this is huge, because we get one across without the normal struggle, and we get 5 starting letters. So we'll go to 1 down. 5 letters beginning with L. A jumbo pilot in middle row without uniform. Jumbo pilot in middle row without uniform. Again, John's surfaces are just impeccable. I mean, pilot. I mean, okay, I have solved this. It's just beautiful. I cannot tell you how much skill you need to have to be able to use language like this. I admired Brian Bilston earlier, and this is clever in a different way, but it's still, to people who love language, it's just gorgeous. Because how easy is it to read this clue? In order to understand it, I'm going to read it to you in a different way. Jumbo. Pilot in middle. Row without uniform. Now, there's no way you could read it like that if you read it as a sentence. You'd always read jumbo pilot in middle row without uniform. But if you read it the way I did, it'll give you a clue as to how to solve it. Jumbo is the definition. Pilot in middle is saying take the middle letter of the word pilot. Now, we've already got that, L. row, not row. That's the reason it's so brilliant. Middle row. I mean, how hard is that to see it's actually row without uniform? Well, if you row, you argue. And if we remove, why is that buzzing at me? That's fine. If you remove you from the word argue, you get arge, which can be put on the end of the L to get large, and if something is large, it is jumbo. Now you may say, well, how did you know to remove a U from that? Why is U uniform? Now this is something that you will have to learn if you want to get good at solving these puzzles. Lots of words can be abbreviated to their initials, but those abbreviations must be supported by the dictionary. Lots of them are very obvious, like hot, cold. You would see those on taps, wouldn't you? You would know if you saw an H on a tap that it was hot. So if you see hot in a cryptic crossword clue, be aware it could be an H. Some of them are more difficult. If we go to United, that won't surprise anyone. Manchester United, lots of people would refer to that as Man U. You'd all know what the U meant. No, uniform wasn't there. It is going to be there. No, come on. Okay, all right, it's not there. Is this because is uniform the international radio code word? Oh, bobbins. I've just given you a whole screed on abbreviations because I was forgetting that uniform is actually, this comes up a lot as well. It's the international radio code word. So if a police officer was on the radio, they were giving a registration, they wouldn't say LUZ. They would go Lima uniform zebra probably. So anyway, that is why uniform there can be U. But it's another answer. I'm going to go for. I'm tempted to go for this beginning with V. Let's have a look at that. 9-6. Beginning with V. Squash game, avertible. Okay, let's stop there. Avertible. Now that looks like a weird word to me. So my brain, as I read the clue, is immediately thinking, why has John used the word avertible? It feels like it's an anagram, or part of anagram fodder. I might be wrong about that, but that's what I'm thinking. Squash game avertible. When one's lacking, fancy racket. Squash game. It's 15 letters overall. Avertible is 9 letters, but when one's lacking, that suggests to me I need to take I out of the word avertible. That would only give me 8 letters then. Squash game. Game could be part of the anagram fodder, but that's still not getting me to 15 letters. I don't know what this is. Squash. I don't know. Sorry, I haven't got that at all. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Let's try 4 down. It's going to be the something, isn't it? 3, 3, 2, 3, 4. Start a final death throw done with struggle. Start of final death throw done with struggle. Okay, I don't know what this is, but I think I know how to read it. Now, something I said earlier was that every single clue will have a definition in it. That's true. Almost always, that definition is at the start or the end of the clue. That's also true. One of the exceptions to that rule, which you will come across very rarely, but in the best crosswords you will see 1 or 2 of them. So you'd never see, in my opinion, I don't want to malign other newspapers too unfairly, but you'd never see a clue like this in the Telegraph, for example. This is called an and-lit clue, which means that the entire clue is going to act as the definition. And at the same time, the entire clue acts as the recipe. So how can it do that? Let's read it first and see what it's defining. So start a final death throw done with struggle. So it seems to be the start of someone's last action in death or something. So I think this phrase is going to mean that the end of the road or something. Well, it could be that, actually. It really could. Let's now read the whole clue as a recipe. Start a final. That's the letter F. Death throw done with struggle is saying anagram, that F that we just said from the start of the word final, death, throw, and done. And you can see that is 15 letters. And the with struggle is telling us to anagram them. So anything in cryptic crosswords, anything in the recipe part of the clue that indicates something as struggle or something's being mixed up or something's being bashed around, all those words are going to be indicating anagram. So here, F, death, throw, done. If we anagram that, can we get the end of the road? I think we can. So, I mean, you can imagine how hard it is to write a good one, good and lit. It's very difficult, because to write this clue, you've got death throw doing double duty effectively. We're anagramming the letters of death throw in here, and they're contributing to our understanding of what those letters are defining. Right, let's try 9 across now. 7 letters, beginning with R. Fleeing Man United in official 3/4 length anorak. Sorry, that's just throwing up like a strange image in my brain. Fleeing Man United. Fleeing man. Is that the definition? A fleeing man. A runner. Fleeing Man United in official 3/4 length anorak. What? What is this talking about? Fleeing. Oh, fleeing man. It couldn't be refugee. I was talking about the poem Refugees. Fleeing man. This is weird if it's refugee. United could be you. We actually were looking at abbreviations for you earlier, weren't we? And United was there. I even said. Fleeing you in official. An official in a football match is a referee, the ref. And 3 Oh, I see. And it's the sort of anorak that I've often been accused of being. It's not an anorak as in a coat. It's an anorak as in a nerd or a geek. And a 3/4 length anorak is saying that of the 4 letters in the word geek, we'll just take the first 3. So that's lovely. It's brilliant, isn't it? Ref G, i.e. geek without the K, surrounds the U of United, and the definition is fleeing man, refugee. Let's try this one. I'm immediately thinking equip here, by the way, because I just see the word supply. So 5 letters beginning with E. Narc delaying question about supply. If you supply, you equip. So I want it to be equip, but I don't quite see why. Narc. Delaying question. Oh, it's very it's really clever. Right, so what we have to do here, the recipe is hard to read here, but it's not too bad. We are looking for a 5-letter word that means supply. Then we have to think of a 5-letter word that means narc, and question can be abbreviated to Q. No one will be surprised by that. You'll all have heard of a Q&A, question and answer session. So question can be Q. Now in our word for narc, we're going to delay the Q. So the Q is going to appear later in that word than it ordinarily would. And then that string of letters is turned about. It's reversed. And that gives me a clue as to how to read this. It's pique, P-I-Q-U-E. If you pique someone, you nark them. Let's look up the word. A fit of pique, you might have heard of. To wound the pride, to nettle. So nark is very much in line with that. Look at a pique in piquet, the scoring of 30 points in one hand. Anyway, that's not what it was. So it's pique with the Q delayed and then turn that string around. Now, what is that? Megaphone? PA, it's going to be megaphone. 9 letters. Married lad who waits up with Polish PA. Again, you know, it's quite funny. So why is it? Well, it must be megaphone. That is a PA system. Was it a public announcement system? So why is it megaphone? Married could be M. That is a valid abbreviation. We'll check that in a minute. Lad who waits up with Polish or Polish. Oh, a lad who waits. Somebody at a wedding who is serving the bride and groom would be a page. So the lad who waits is the page, or hither page and stand by me from Good King Wenceslas. The page is waiting on Good King Wenceslas. So page is reversed with polish, and if you polish something, you hone it. Oh, guys, just again, it's so playful with language, with the capitalization of the P there, to make it look like it's sort of, a Polish lady. That's reminded me of another poem that Mark and I. How can I, that girl standing there, my attention fix on Spanish or German or Italian politics? For there, a man that knows. Oh, I can't remember it, but it ends something like, for maybe what they say is true of war and war's alarms, but oh, that I was young again and held her in my arms. Anyway, it is called Politics. It's by Yeats. Anyway, sorry, I digress. Don't digress, Simon. Do the puzzle. 2 down is 9 letters. What's infectious to do in zeal and in fun? What's infectious would make me think of influenza. To do in... it's just lovely. Oh, gosh. Influenza is correct, because we are going to do in. If you do something in, you murder it, literally, don't you? So we're going to murder the letters zeal and in fun. That is 9 letters. Zeal plus in fun. And you can almost see, as you look at it, it looks like it's influenza, doesn't it? And what's infectious is influenza. Now, I have now realised something. There is a Q in the grid. There is a Z in the grid. There is that V in the grid. So we're almost certainly looking at a pangrammatic grid, i.e. John will have tried to use all of the letters of the alphabet in the grid. Now, we've had the Z, we've had the Q, so we haven't had a J. So we're going to be on the lookout for a J. Let's try 13 across. Give us a chance for 13 down, which is a bit like 1 across. It's one of these letters, or one of these answers that would give us five starting letters. Fiddle, banjo. No, no, that's not the right meaning. Fiddle, duo, could be flat. Condo? A condominium is a flat. If you fiddle somebody, you con them. I think that's going to be right, but I'm not sure. I don't understand the duo bit. I've got a horrible feeling that to fiddle is to con. Duo and do. I'm not sure, actually. I'm not sure that's right. Duo. Do is a difficult word. The reason I'm trying to, well, there's many reasons I'm trying to think of failing, but what I'm thinking about is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So do there can be spelt do or doh, and I'm just wondering if duo has some musical. Fiddle duo could be flat. Fiddle? I don't know. It might be condo, but I don't get it. So I'm going to look at 13 down and think about whether this could be a C at the start. Purging vomit has to choke gent cycling. Purging vomit has to. That's a revolting clue. Purging vomit has to choke gent cycling. It could be an anagram of choke gent, but I don't think I know any words for purging vomit. No, I don't know that one, I don't think. Okay, we might have to go further afield. Should we try 12 across? 324 beginning with N. Bachelor leaving cast to be a month away. Yes, I think I have got this. Okay, to solve this one, we have to be aware that bachelor is one of these words that has an abbreviation. If we go to B, there, bachelor. So knowing that, read the clue again and see if you can see how it works. Bachelor leaving. Okay, so we're going to take B out of something. Cast to be a month. Now the way we need to read that is if we cast the letters to be a month. To be a month is 10 letters. Without the B, because we're taking the B out, we'll get 9 letters, which is 9 is how many letters we need for a 3, 2, 4 answer. And we're going to cast them. And if we cast them, what do? We sort of spread them around, don't we? I cast the die. I would throw it. And if you look at the letters to be a month without the B, I think you can make not at home. And if you're not at home, certainly in a football sense, you're away, aren't you? Indeed, in any sense. So not at home is going to be correct there. Let's go for 14, because I don't really like the... Well, we've got an O in 7. No, we'll go for 14. 2-7, beginning with O, all told about retired seamen with harpoon. All told about retired seamen with harpoon. All told. I haven't got this one. I don't know what it is. With harpoon. It feels like it's... I don't know, actually. I'm not sure I understand how to read this one. I'll talk a bit about the word seaman, because it comes up a lot. And it has a lot of different potential meanings. So, seaman can be a tar, a jack, OS for ordinary seaman, AB for able seaman. I mean, all of those are, I would say, common. You know, not even rare. All of those you could see in any Times crossword at any time. And one of them is probably in use here. Salt, that's another one for a seaman. But harpoon. I really don't understand that one. Should we go for 17 across 9 letters? Wingless bugs fused to wood boiler. Wingless bugs fused. to wood boiler. I don't think I know this one. There is a word that means wingless, but I don't think that's likely to be what's required here. I think wingless must, well, not must, but is very likely to be part of the recipe. Because if I can think of a word for some bugs, and I then make that word wingless, it feels to me like I would remove the first and the last letter. I'd remove the wings of the word. Fused to wood makes me think that I then have to put the name of a wood at the end, but that might be, it could be a forest or something like that, but it could be the name of a wood, like, I don't know, elm, mahogany. I mean, these are bad examples because they don't look like they're right. But so we're probably looking for a word for a boiler. Which, oh, is my phone going crazy? A boiler. Could be a boiler as like in a battle axe, or could be a boiler as in a kettle. I don't know what that one is either. Oh gosh, we got off to a good start, and then I've come to a bit of a grinding halt here. We'll go for 10 across. No letters at all. 7 letters in to get though. Hawker tethering large male bird. Oh god! Again, what an extraordinary surface. Hawker. A hawker is somebody who sells things. I mean, obviously it's somebody who looks after hawks, but I doubt that we're going to have to know a synonym for somebody who does that. If a hawker is, if you hawk something, you sell it. Peddler would be another one, a hawker. Tethering large. Or tethering large male. Large can be L, and you'll see that on t-shirt labels. If you saw L on a t-shirt label, you know it meant large. So we're probably putting L and maybe M in the middle of a 5 or 6 letter word to be either meaning bird or male bird. Oh, I don't know it. Hawker. Peddler. I can't get that one either. Now, let's try and venture into the northeast corner. So 5 letters ending in T. Launch cylindrical rockets. Launch cylindrical. The only thought I've had here, which I think is wrong, is I was thinking cylindrical. If something's cylindrical, it's in a tube shape, isn't it? So I was wondering whether rockets could be or even launch could be a reversal indicator in a down clue. If something rockets, it would tend to go upwards, wouldn't it? So could we be looking for a 5-letter word which means cylindrical, something like tubular, but obviously that's wrong. Tubal, is that a word? And then what we get is a word that means launch or rocket. It probably means launch, I think. I was thinking of onset, but I think that's wrong. The launch of something. Golly, I've really got stuck, haven't I? Let's try 7 down. 5 letters, ending in O, though. Grand little room. O. Okay, that one. This is much easier. Grand little room attached to surface of ice. You may read this clue, and immediately there might be a word that's popped in your brain. If there is, spend some time with the clue and make sure you understand it, because this clue is exactly like this clue. 4 down was an and lit, and 7 down is another and lit. Grand little room attached to surface of ice is the definition here. But it's also the wordplay. Grand can be abbreviated to G. A little room in your house might be the lavatory or the loo, the toilet. Attached to the surface of ice, well, one of the surfaces of the word, its sort of starting letter is I. So that gives igloo. The good thing about that is we get the answer. The bad thing is that the checking letters we've got are utterly useless. Let's go for 6 across. 5 letters. Spirits. Ooh, okay. Now there is a weird word for spirits, which is something like this. It might not be that, but it's something like that, and that has a J in it. So that's what I'm thinking. Hostelry. You see that? I'm very lucky there, because that is the answer, and that is impossible. I mean, obviously it's not impossible. John McCabe solved this puzzle in 4 minutes. You know, there were lots of sub 10-minute times, but if you are new to puzzles, that will seem like alchemy, and I apologise in a way for just writing that in. I only know that word from crosswords, but I've seen it a lot over the years, and therefore, I don't know, I just know it. And that's not a very good reason, is it? If you've never seen that word, you're going to be watching this video thinking, I could never solve cryptic crosswords. You can. That one, though, you need a bit of experience or a lot of general knowledge to know that that is a word. And how does the rest? The recipe gives you a chance, but to solve it cold is tricky. The hostelry is an inn, INN, placed beside a record player, or somebody on the radio who plays records would be a DJ. So gin, let's look it up. I think it's got various spellings as well. I can't remember. Look, it's got loads of spellings. There's just an absolute wealth, a plethora of spellings. Right, let's revisit some of these other ones then. Tubed, maybe. Debut. I should have got that, shouldn't I? I was very close to it. Cylindrical, tubed. That reverses, that creates debut, which we say it differently. We could say as debut, and if you launch something, it debuts. So that is correct. Let's try 8 down, which we've never looked at. 5-4, beginning with N. Impulsive conductor, never promoting last quartet for cellos. Impulsive. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, our first job always with these clues is to try and pick out the definition. Now, I've picked out that in my brain, I'm thinking it's impulsive. Why? You might be saying, well, how does he know it's impulsive? It's because of this phrase, last quartet for cellos. That seems to be a very clear instruction to look at the word cellos and take the last 4 letters of it, the last quartet of it, LLOS. I don't quite see how that fits into this answer yet, but it seems a pretty clear instruction. And remember, all of these clues, especially in the Times crossword, this might not be true for the Minute Cryptic, or if you buy, I don't know, a tabloid newspaper and look at the cryptic crossword there, it might not hold true for those crosswords, but it will definitely hold true of the Times crossword. The constructor has to tell you exactly what you have to do. Now, that's not saying that John has to make it easy for us to understand what we're being told, but once we do understand it, it has to be grammatically perfect. So impulsive. So anyway, that throws me to think the other side of the clue. I don't think there are words for impulsive conductors. Never promoting last quartet for cellos. Impulsive. Is it nerve something? No, I don't know. I'm not sure. If this was the hawker, might end ER. So this would be an R. Nurse or nerve? Impulsive, nerve. Maverick's going to fly over. Sorry if there's a little bit of aeroplane noise in the background. And our hawker might have a B now. A large male bird. Oh, no, large is that L. I bet you it's that L. A male bird, perhaps. Now I'm thinking of swan. Oh, it's not cobbler, is it? A cob is a male bird. Male swan. I don't understand. Cobber. Cobber. A cobber is something in Australian slang, isn't it? Me old cobber. That couldn't be a hawker, could it? I wonder if there's a male bird called a cobbler. I don't know that. I've heard of a cob and a pen are types of swan. A cob is a male, a pen is a female. I'm just wondering whether a cobber. Okay, let's just think about that. If that was a C, what is this? Vacation? I don't know. Squash game avertible when one's lacking fancy racket. Oh, silly Simon. I'm not sure it is a C here. Fancy racket. I don't know. I've got stuck here. Okay, so let's try and do 24 across. That ends in O, 7 letters. Top banana drink with more bananas. Yes, I can do this one. So here, how to explain how I can do this one? It's the last 2 words that gave me this answer. That's all I can really tell you. More bananas. If we're considering whether that could be wordplay, part of the recipe, what would that be telling us to do? And hopefully some of you are saying, well, banana, if you're bananas, you're mad. So maybe it's an anagram of more. And if you had those thoughts, that's brilliant. That is brilliant. Because it's totally, totally correct. And then you might say, well, okay, if we've got O at the end and we have an anagram of more here, what could this ending be? And the answer is that. And now it's much easier. The answer is supremo to the clue. And the way we split it, we don't split it after top or anything. We split it after banana, between banana and drink. We're not looking for a banana drink here. It's top banana, which is like a euphemism for the leader. And then drink, if you drink something, you sup it. So sup and an anagram of more gives us supremo, which is the correct. Let's try 20 down, 5 letters with a P in it. Groggy. I was going to see if I could get it from that. I can't. Groggy from knocking back the out-of-date capsule. I don't know what this is yet, but I'll just to tell you a thought I've had. The out-of-date. If we're thinking about that in a recipe sense, what could that mean? The out-of-date. Well, I'm thinking if something's out of date, it's passé, isn't it? It's from the past. And the, in the olden days, we wouldn't have said the, we might have said ye, like ye old curiosity shop. So I'm thinking, does this have knocking back ye? Does it have EY in it somehow? Capsule. Groggy. From knocking back. I want sleepy or something is. I don't know this, do I? Capsule. Oh, silly Simon. Let's try 21 down. 5 letters. Cattle regard potential fodder. Cattle regard potential fodder. Wow, cattle. What on earth is that? Cattle. Do we know any... What's that? Steer? Herd? Cows? Beefs? Regard. If you regard something, you see it. Potential fodder. I don't know what that is. I have not got a Scooby-Doo. Right, let's go for this then. 9 letters. Stars with capital backing. Promo. Stars with capital backing. What's popped into my head here is Andromeda. Well, that has got Rome in it. You see, that's weird, isn't it? My brain, some part of my brain knew the answer to this clue as Andromeda, when my conscious mind didn't. It is Andromeda. Why? It's tricky. I mean, Andromeda obviously being the constellation. With, if you do something with something, you do it with and are synonymous. A capital city, Rome. Then backing promo, a promo is an advert or an ad, and we're going to reverse that for DA. So Andromeda, I mean, that's very fortunate. Now let's go back to 20 down. Groggy, Dipsy? From knocking back the out of date. Dopey. Oh, pod for capsule. That's very good. Okay, dopey. So it's ye backwards, which is what we thought it might be. But then I didn't think of pod for capsule. Should have done, but didn't. And that gets us dopey, which is going to be right. Now let's try 21. Oxen for cattle. Ox-eye. Oh, goodness me. Right, it's ox-eye, which is a type of daisy, I think. And I guess that is potential fodder for cattle. But cattle, ox, regard something, eye it, as in to look at it. And let's look up ox-eye. I'm sure I've heard of an ox-eye daisy for some reason. Ox-eye. Yeah, ox-eye daisy. The corn marigold. An elliptical dormer window as well. Yellow disc. Anyway, that's obviously correct. Now we should be able to get this one. Style or rhyme. This is what I'm thinking of. 5 letters. Le Pen introduces distinctive manner. That's clever, isn't it? Le Pen. I mean, it seems like it must be a reference to Marine Le Pen, like a person. And yet what John's obviously noticed is that the word style is clued almost by the word Le Pen. Because sty is an old word for, well, is it? No, a sty is in a pigsty. A pig pen. So if we put le, this le, and then pen introduces it, we put sty at the start, we get style, which is a distinctive manner. So that's like a nice spot from a real name. Now, oh goodness, so what is this? Purging vomit. Has to choke gent. Cycling. We thought that might be a C, didn't we? So it might begin with C. Vomit. Has to choke. Gent cycling. I'm worried that this is going to be a medical phrase, so it could end in cis, maybe. A purging. Vomit. Puke. Spew. Sick, obviously. I'm just coming up with lots of revolting synonyms. I don't know. It's going to be tricky. I'm going to need to get this one, aren't I? The wingless bugs. Let's try 27 across. Beginning with D, 9 letters. Unqualified new craftsperson carries on first part of DIY. Unqualified new craftsperson carries on first part of DIY. What? I don't know what this is. I think it's going to be a word that means unqualified. If something's unqualified, it's utter, isn't it? It's completely. I mean, it could mean unqualified as in lay, as in amateurish. But I think it's more likely to be unqualified as in utterly something. New craftsperson. Gosh, I don't know what that is at all. Okay, so we're going to have to try and get into the southeast, aren't we? But where? Should we try 15 down? 9 letters. Spur on, person pressing cheese. Spur on, person. Spur. Person pressing. An urger? Why do I think this is... Why do I think... I feel like this might be end in urger. Limburger. That's a cheese, isn't it? Limburger? A spur. If you get a spur on a railway line, it's like a, it could be a limb, I think. I think Limburger might be a type of cheese. I'm not going to look that up because I'm not sure about that. But if it is, then I think it's right. Person pressing. If someone presses you to do something, they're urging you to do it. Now, that has given me 2 starting letters, so let's try and use those. M for this one, 18 across, 5 letters. Meaning of speech is beyond me at first. Meaning of speech is beyond meaning of speech. No, I have got this one. I was thinking it started with me, but it doesn't. Again, really clever, really cleverly worded. What we're looking for here is a 5-letter word for a meaning. And you might think of that as in a, if you've read Aesop's Fables, what was the meaning? It would be the moral of the story. Now, why is moral correct? Well, if something of speech, it is oral, isn't it? Relating to what you speak. And that's beyond, so you put the word oral after me at first is the first letter of the word me. So once we read it correctly, it's not too difficult to solve. Let's try 22 across, beginning with U, 5 letters. Ineffective, first daughter's left, holding pound tip. And sorry for the way I read these clues. It's because I'm trying to read them not as a sentence, but as a cryptic crossword clue. Ineffective. Useless is what I'm thinking of. First daughter. First daughter's left, holding pound tip. Wow. Upend is the tip. Why would that be correct? I don't know. I quite like that. That feels like it could be right, but I don't understand it. To tip is to upend. Ineffective. First Ineffective. First daughter's left. Oh, duped. Gosh. Yes, if something... No, hang on. I'm not sure now. Holding pound. It's something like that, isn't it? Ineffective. It's a word for ineffective that's got two D's in it. But the first D, which is an abbreviation for daughter, has left. And that's going to hold pound. Now, can pound be P? I'm not sure. Pound can be L. Ineffective. Maybe it might not be. Ineffective. Dud. Oh, it's pound. It's not. It's not an abbreviation for pound. It's a word that means pound. Like a dog pound would be a dog pen. So it's dud. It's not duped. It's dud. If something's ineffective, it's dud. Get rid of the first D. Hold that UD for a bit. That diagram holds onto pen, which is a synonym for pound, and the whole thing does mean tip, upend. I mean, I apologise. I mean, I thought of upend about 5 minutes ago, but actually working out why it's right was not easy. And let's try 23 down. 5 letters. Dog's lead. Well, okay, could that be the lead of the word dog? That would be D. Wound or wound and hung out. Hung out. Drawn. Dog's lead. Wound and hung out. I want to say, hung out makes me think of drawn, as in if you have a drawn out appearance, you'd be haggard or hung out. Dried? You hang out things to dry, don't you? Hung out. I don't know. Let's try 25. 7 letters. Music magazine on poor quality paper. I've done this one. Okay, that's good. Not sure I'm getting any good letters from it, but again, how did I get this? Well, I thought of what poor quality paper. What synonyms could I think of for that? And I thought it might be a poor quality newspaper. And if it is, do I know any names for poor quality newspapers? I'm sure you've all got your favourite proper nouns, which are poor quality newspapers in your opinion. But I think this is more generic. I think it's a rag. And then I'm thinking, then once I have that thought, I can immediately zip to the other side of the clue, because I know that's going to be the definition. So I'm looking for music or music magazine, but much more likely music. Do I know any words for music or a type of music that fit in here? Well, I think of Scott Joplin and ragtime, and time is a magazine, so ragtime is correct. Now, what is this? Something barrow or barrel? Squash. Patrol. Squash. Oh, game arrow. Game avertible when one's lacking. Fancy racket. I haven't got that. Don't know what that is. Have I looked at? I haven't looked at 16 down. Might be the only clue I haven't looked at. 9 letters. I've got a few of them, but nothing very interesting. Young child tended to dash around pitch full of energy. Young child tended to. couldn't be the definition, could it? Young child attended to. A nursling or something like that. I bet that's right. A nursling. Now I can see it's got run backwards at the start to dash around. So to dash is to run. Turn that around, we get nur. And if you pitch something, you throw it, you sling it, and that's full of E for energy. And you may say, well, why is E energy? Well, Einstein told us that E equals mc squared, and E in that equation is energy. So that, I mean, let's check it in the dictionary, but it is definitely true. It's definitely true. It really is true. I just have to energy. There it is. So we got nursling. On balance, that would, all told, is on balance. Ooh, why? I don't know, but that feels like it's the right answer. It's got AB reversed in it, which could be a reversal of able seaman. Oh, harpoon is a lance, I suppose. Yeah, okay. If something is on about something, it's on the topic of it, isn't it? So it's on for about. Retired seaman is BA, reversal of AB. Let me show you that in the dictionary. AB, able-bodied seaman. That's why a seaman can be AB. Lance is to harpoon. So on balance. So what is this word? Come on, Simon. Veritable would fit. Veritable. It's a veritable. Bah! I don't know. Okay, and what's this? Nerve cell, is it then? Impulsive. Oh, impulsive conductor. So it is a sort of biology reference. So I didn't think there were any words for impulsive conductors, because I was thinking of an impulsive musical conductor, and I was thinking there's simply no words for that. But if it's something that conducts the impulses in your body, that could be perhaps a nerve cell. I don't know why yet. Now why? Never promoting. Oh, that's very clever. Goodness me. Never, the way, so, it's very clever. Never promoting its last letter is the last letter of never is R. If we promote in a down clue the R, we can create nerve from that. And then cell is a quartet from cellos. It's not the last quartet from cellos, which is what I thought we were after. It's the first four, because we're just looking for a particular quartet. So nerve cell is right. Cobbler, oh, if it was cobbler, that would be that would be a C. Hawker. See if you know this word. This is just a write-in. It's going to be a 6-letter word for a hawker. It's probably double B, I would think. I mean, I could still believe if I could get, if this was a C in 5 down, but vacatable. That can't be in squash. Game. Avertible. When one's lacking. Fancy. Fancy might be an anagram indicator. So we're looking probably for, I don't know. I'm just not sure what I'm looking to do here. Veritable? Veritable. It couldn't be an anagram of racket at the end, could it? I don't think so, but I'm not having any good thoughts. Okay, downright. Downright would be that would be a W. Okay, so downright. If something is downright something, it's on an unqualified basis, isn't it? So downright feels right. I don't know why. Let's see if we can just put that in and justify it. So new. Oh, that's new. New is abbreviatable to N. And a craftsperson is a right, as in a shipwright, but right spelt with W. W-R-I-G-H-T is a word for a craftsperson. So new, which craftsperson is carrying, is giving us this final 7 letters of this word. First, and then part of DIY is do it yourself. So the first part of DIY is do, and that goes here. First, so we put first part of DIY, i.e. the do part, to get downright. Now what's this then? Hung out. Dwelt? Yeah, okay, a wound is a welt. So dogs lead D, a wound is a welt, and if you hung out somewhere, you dwelt there. So what is this? Oh, dearie. Something barrow? Narrow? Carrow? Farrow? Harrow? Veritable harrow? Marrow? There's a lot of words that go. There's just none that I recognise as being part of a phrase. PQRS TUV WXY. Yarrow? Yarrow, I think, is a word as well. Oh dear, this is terrible because I don't know this. I don't think I do anyway. A racket is a row. So that's one part of it I've understood. At least that tells me it's the other part of the clue. Oh, so it's a Now a squash is a vegetable, which is some sort of marrow. Or is it a yarrow or something? I don't know, because I don't understand fancy. Oh, right. No. Right. So now I've got that racket is row. That gives me 3 letters of the 15 I need. So I still need 12 more letters. And game avertible without I, which is the Roman numeral for the number 1, one's lacking, is going to give me 12 letters, and that also gives me access to an M from game. So this is something marrow. And this is where a vegetable marrow is what we're looking for. A vegetable marrow, which I've probably just spelt wrong. Because have I? No, that's okay, I think. Vegetable marrow. So let's read the clue again now. Squash game, avertible when one's lacking fancy racket. I mean, how can the answer to that be vegetable marrow? And yet it is. The clue is apparently nothing to do. It's about having a squash game, which you don't want to have because you haven't got your fancy racket. So what's this? Gobbler? Gobber? Gabber? Gabbler? Hawker? Oh no, I'm going to have to guess whether this vowel, I think. Gobbler. Is that a turkey? Gobber. Oh, it's horrible. I've got... Okay. This has sent my mind into bad childhood memories. Right. It's not a hawker as in a seller. It's somebody who hawks as in spits. And a word for spitting is gobbing. Oh, that's horrible. So we've got gobber. Tethering L for large to give a male bird, which must be a gobbler must be a word for a male bird. I guess a turkey, I'm not sure. Why is that bringing back bad childhood memories? I will tell you. I probably oughtn't to, but at one point in my life, I went to a, well, I look back on now as being quite a rough school in the north of England, where where the strong would would bully the weak. And I was definitely one of those with my geeky nature. And there was something there called the Gos Pit, which was effectively a set of stairs that went downwards from a playground, but it went to a shut, locked door. So what the bullies would do is they'd steal your school bag and throw it down these stairs. And then when you went to get it, they would all stand at the top. And you can guess from this clue what they all did to you when you did that. And it was absolutely horrible. And I still have nightmares about it now, that my bag's been stolen and thrown in the Gos Pit. There may be one or two people watching this video who went to that school. Phil, if you're watching, I'm sure you remember. Anyway, let's move on. Oh, I'm traumatised. Dear. We've got to get this one. Wingless bugs fused to wood boiler. Wing boiler. Oh, it could be tea kettle or something, could it? Could it be tea kettle? Is tea kettle a word? Teak. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, the wording's so clever. Right. So the wood is teak. That's a type of wood. That is fused to, so it's next to wingless bugs. But it's bugs not as in insects. If you bug somebody, you annoy them. You nettle them. So nettles is synonymous with bugs. Take off the N, take off the S. We get ettle. And we put that next to the teak to get tea kettle, which is a boiler. It's beautiful, isn't it? And we've got two left to do. I've looked at them before. Oh, I've got the purging vomit. It's bringing back all sorts of memories. Purging. Purging is a... Oh no, I can't take that. That's the bank ringing me. Go away, naughty bank. How do you make a call go away? I don't know. I've taken a picture of the screen. I don't know. I think it's gone away. I don't understand. There must be a button on an iPhone to make it go away. Purging vomit has to choke gent. Cycling. Vomit. I don't know. Oh yeah. Oh, catharsis. I was just thinking about whether this was a C, and I think catharsis would fit there. Now, why is that right? Purging would be catharsis. Vomit. Oh. Okay, I didn't know this. I think it's catharsis. And to cat, is that to vomit? I didn't know that. But if that was true, then you'd have cat for vomit, has, H-A-S, all choking, so surrounding, gent cycling. Now a gent might be a sir. And if the word sir cycles, you'd put the last letter to the start. So we get RSI. And that gives us catharsis as a string. I think catharsis is a purging, isn't it? So it does look like this is condo then. Which is the bit I don't understand. Fiddle con. Do has to be synonymous with duo. Maybe It's possible DO dot is an abbreviation for duo in music or something like that. I don't know. I'd submit this. I'm pretty confident Kondo is right. Well, let's submit it. Let's go for it. Submit without leaderboard. And then we'll try and understand this. So it is right. So this DO thing, why? Why is that duo? I don't quite know. Is it same as C ditto? To duo might be to duplicate or to echo. Duo, a duet, two persons. I don't quite get it. Dominee. Let's look up all the meanings of do here and see if any of them could be synonymous with duo. There's a noun, a party, a feast, a celebration, a swindle. I don't know, not that one. This is the musical one. Ditto. I'm not sure. I think I'm missing something really obvious there. I'm sorry. Duo is from the Latin for two. Do hasn't got the same root, has it? No, it's from Old English. Italian to say. Latin, I don't know. Duo. Fiddle duo. Am I missing something obvious here? Oh, I've understood it. Right, sorry. I've been misleading you all, but I have understood it now. It's saying a pair of words that mean fiddle. So it's a duo of words that mean fiddle, as in con. To con and to do, if you do somebody, you swindle them. So to con and to do are the fiddle duo that give us our flat, as in a condominium. Let's just check gobbler. Is that a turkey? It's meant to be a male bird. Gobbler. A turkey cock. There we go. Fantastic. What a brilliant puzzle. John is so clever. It's just a series of wonderful, wonderful examples of cryptic clues. Almost designed to make me look stupid, but that is fine. I'm pretty sure it's a pangram. Let's have a quick go, hopefully. Let me just check the recording is working. Looks okay, I think. So let's have a go at the quick cryptic. I'll try and race on this and see if I can redeem some pride. Let's see who it's by. It's by Loon. I must get into dynamic core and abs exercise. That feels like an analyt. Acrobat or something, I don't know. Recognize geek from the back. I don't know. Principal setters record collection archive. Yeah. Archive. Small jumper belonging to me is generously proportioned. Something I think. Roomy, small jumper, a kangaroo. It's something acrobat, that. Obscure album plugged by Singer Reed. Don't know. Unfriendly, icy. Make concrete. Dome by using mixer is to embody, I think. Relatively tasteless second-rate slice of bacon. Brasher, probably. Stupidly short the adapter. That could kill you. No, I was going to say predator. Feels like it's an anagram. No. I don't know. I don't know then. Plan recruitment of American soldiers. GIs? No, don't know. On the wrong path. Going around hot. Astray. ashtray. Royal, magnificent. Try interrupting sportsperson who's focused on dramas. Playgoer, go. Player. Let's try that one. Notice Vice President gathering troops for initial mission. Ooh, don't know what that is. Let's try 17 down. Oh, I looked at that. Phrase checked by interpreter. Term. So what is this then? Draft recruitment of American soldiers. Okay, that could kill you is a... I don't know. I don't know what it is. Goldleaf Coat's Chinese children's home. Orphanage, I think. Han in the middle there for the Chinese. King Charles is beginning to prepare snack using potato. Is beginning to crisp. State where Prince Harry spent 9 months. Illinois. I don't know. No, don't know. Falls must be Niagara. I don't know why, quite. Large animal's audible sound of distress. Large animal. Whale. So is this recognised? No. Geek from Wonk for geek. Indiana then. Prince Harry spent 9 months was in Diana, as in Princess Diana. That is brilliant and outrageous. What's this then? That's really funny. I must get into dynamic core. Aerobics? Is it aerobics? I'm sorry, I'll just... County, Bedfordshire. Bedfordshire. So what's this? Crowd? Obscure cloud. This could kill you. Diaphragm? No. Stupidly short. The adapter. This could kill you. Oh God, why can't I see that? I don't know. Notice ad. Vice President. That is Vance, isn't it? Advance Party or something. JD Vance. Gathering as a party. Death Trap, I see. Clever clue. It's a good puzzle, this. Dash off to swim after end of friends. Scrawl. Gastronomic delicacy. I'm going to go for lobster without really reading the clue. Gossip initially about living in Great Britain is gab. Soups adhesive with unpleasant smell. Gumbo. That's a good clue as well. Now it must be remit. Yeah. Okay, that is a very good quick cryptic. That's very impressive. I mean, I didn't do a good time. That's very bad on Death Trap in particular. But there are some fantastic clues in there. Loon, that's a new name to me, actually. Isn't it annoying? 2 minutes, 10 seconds. I mean, I know I spent a bit of time talking, but it's still so distressing. It's so distressing. Anyway, I really, really do hope, obviously, that these videos are still helping with your own solving. Do drop me a comment. Let me know. We really do enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And if you really like us, please do subscribe and follow the Minute Cryptic as well. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.